Okay. I'm live, and I don't know why my orientation is the way that it is, but I'm going to have Johnny Bravo hold the camera for me while I drive, because I got to get out of here. Live update on DMA sentencing. I was there in the courtroom to report on the facts as they came through, but according to the judge, the sentence for DMA is going to be 15 days of prison. I'm assuming in a federal prison. They didn't really specify that. There also is going to be a $3,000 fine. Also, in addition, there is going to be, you gotta put on your seatbelt, bro. Here, let me hold this. In addition, there's going to be probation. I don't know if I mentioned that already. $3,000 fine and 15 days. So I just wanted to update everybody, and I will be repeating that as we drive here. I just got to get out of downtown. I'll find a place to stop, and then we can discuss more, and I'll answer any and all questions that you guys have. But as I know it right now, we are the state of, or actually it's a federal case. The United States versus Christopher Cordova came down to a few factors. The sentencing. The sentencing is weird to me because they're allowing a stay. I don't know if they call it a stay of execution. That'd be really weird. A stay of sentencing, I guess, until he can get some affairs in order. Apparently he has a wedding to go to out of state, so they're trying to work with everybody involved for a surrender date, but also there is thought of an appeal. So if you're wondering if there's going to be an appeal, apparently there's 14 days that he has to file an appeal, and the judge wasn't having any nonsense. He's basically DMA's lawyer has to respond within 14 days, which he said he would respond by Monday. So there'll be a response. Basically, an appeal will be filed by Monday. I can't look at my notes, guys, so bear with me. There's so much information that went on there, but under the conditions of the appeal, Christopher has been ordered to get a full-time job, so he has to have a full-time job. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The court will take 10% of that monthly until his $3,000 fine is paid off. And he is also to remit to, I think, like a halfway house or a, I don't know what they call it, Johnny. Like, it's kind of like a halfway house, right?
You got it right, yeah.
So he has to submit to a halfway house within 72 hours of his release from federal prison. So after he's done with the 15 days, then he will pretty much immediately, within 3 days, have to report to a halfway house. And I think he has to stay there for a certain amount of time. It was unclear how long he has to stay there, but he definitely has to stay there for a certain amount of time before he can be let out on his own. He has to notify the court of any changes in his job, any changes in his income. The reported income was $22,000. According to Christopher himself, he said that he made only $22,000 last year. When he got up, that's a main point that he wanted to tell the judge, that he is $60,000 in debt, and he is selling his condo in order to pay off said debt. And that was his plea to the judge in question. The judge, I don't think, bought any of it. The federal attorney said that this was an egregious act against the people of the United States, and made the argument that he should have to pay $5,000 and stay up to 20 days in jail. He didn't ask for the probation. That was added on by the judge according to the rules that were written in plain book form. So he did look that up, and it was he got a sentence of 15 days, $3,000, and probation, along with the added bonus, if you will, of having to get a full-time job and reporting to a probation officer, and basically any changes in his life he's going to have to report to a probation officer. So lots to unpack here. I'm driving, like I said. I'm going to try to get to a place where I can speak to you guys a little bit better, and I'm not paying attention to driving. I appreciate Johnny for holding the phone for me. He's doing an excellent job of just keeping it like that. I apologize for the non-landscape mode. It's in portrait mode now. I don't know why it did that, but
it's all right. I got that gimbal hands.
Somebody called me gimbal hands yesterday. Was it you?
No, it was someone else too. I'd like to throw my 2 cents in here real quick.
Okay, here's Johnny Bravo.
When I sat down with him recently, I don't know, a couple months ago, he did kind of let it slip that condo, if it's the same condo he's talking about, his grandma actually owns that. So grandma's boy actually needs to grow the fuck up and get a new job. And if his grandma's bailing him out again, I guess.
Grandma's boy is selling the condo, so
that's grandma. Whatever.
Yeah, that's gone. The condo is
get a job, motherfucker.
I mean,
that's all I gotta say.
Look, that's Johnny's opinion.
Yeah, that's mine. That's all me. It's all. It had nothing to do with MOH. I'm just throwing my 2 cents out, my peanut gallery about it.
Now, if you want to know my personal opinion on all of this, I'm going to tell you guys some things. I've been saying some unsavory things about. All right, we should be back. Hang with us. We're in a vortex right here, guys. I know it's buffering. I understand. We're in the middle of downtown Denver. Give me a second to get out of downtown Denver. Stay in chat because you're not going to want to miss my opinion on the matter, my feelings on all of this. You're not going to want to miss it. So stay in chat. Should be back. I think we're back. I'm trying to get out of here. I don't want to speak until we get into a place that's much better suited to talk. Snapdog, I see you in there.
Ellie said we're back.
Okay, cool. Ellie, nice to have you in there. Everybody else that I missed, I do apologize, but thank you for being in there. Solomon, thank you for being in there as well. I will give you guys my opinion on the matter and all this in just a second. Let me get out of downtown. I'm almost out of downtown. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss this. A very dramatic scene in the courthouse. Among the people that were there, I did see Nasty Nathaniel. I saw
Sweet Tea.
Sweet Tea was in the courtroom and said some interesting things that I need to not divulge here.
Yep.
But let's see. Cajun Randy, nice to have you in there. And everybody else.
Armac was up there.
Armac was in there. The Ginger. PTP was in the courtroom as well. Didn't say a word to me, which I don't know why.
Paul Bunyan, stupid ass, was up there. U.S. Marshal.
Okay. So the on the other side, I mean, I was sitting on DMA side. I don't care. I would have sat anywhere. I was just there to report the facts, not to be on one side or the other. Let's just get that really, really clear.
King Solomon said he called you gimbal hands.
Oh, it was King Solomon. That's right, Solomon, bro. That's my homie. King Solomon is a solid dude, man. Okay, so on the other side, there was I don't know if he was a reporter or what, but he was definitely typing away on a laptop, which I don't know if that was allowed.
That was weird. I saw that too.
Who's that down there? What is that comment? Tell me that comment.
Great night, Mexican long hair. Just FYI, Frauditor Show is now rebroadcasting your content because his source failed to deliver the goods.
Okay, that's fine. No problem with that. You know, I appreciate you bringing people over here. It's not a problem. I actually don't have a problem with that community other than being called a frauditor. Not everybody is a frauditor. I do agree with a good chunk. So if you're in the frauditor community and you're just watching and you're just joining, welcome on over. I welcome it. It's no problem. I have no problem with you folks. I'm just reporting the facts. But like I said, the facts are DMA did not appeal the verdict in this case. He's now appealing the sentencing, which I didn't know was a thing, but apparently it's a thing. And my question was, why did you not appeal the verdict in this matter?
Good point.
And it blows my mind. If you think that you did nothing wrong, which he did stand up there and gave this speech, which his voice was real shaky. It was, I could tell he was under distress.
Yep.
Is the best way that I can put it. And why wouldn't you be? You're going to be sentenced, and I think the minimum that they were going to give him was what they gave him today was 15 days, $3,000 fine. So again, just for anybody joining and anybody joining over from the other community, sorry for the non-landscaped, the portrait view that you have here. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it did that, but I'm reporting the facts. The facts are DMA was accused and convicted of, the crimes that were that he committed there at the Federal Social Security Office, and he was sentenced today to 15 days and probation, and also a $3,000 fine. So as he was standing there trying to make his appeal to the judge was listening, seemed like he was really receptive. So I think DMA getting up there with his impassioned speech probably got the fine reduced. He mentioned that he was he only made $22,000 last year. I don't know if I believe that, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know DMA's personal finances at all, but I know he makes a shit ton of money on the videos that he makes. It's none of my business. I can tell you guys honestly, I don't make hardly anything on YouTube. Last I looked at it this morning, I think it was like $23 last month. So full transparency, I mean, they were talking about money and all that type of stuff. At the very least, on those videos, DMA's lawyer did admit that DMA made at $872 on YouTube for the videos in question. I'm assuming that was just one or two videos, the video at the Social Security office, and subsequent
probably
shorts.
Probably that daycare one there.
They mentioned something about a daycare video, but Milo made the point that daycare was brought up, but it wasn't anything relevant to what was going on, to which I think the judge really did agree with that, and there was no video shown of a daycare or anything of that nature. To me, in all honesty, the prosecution side of things, they didn't have to do much, and they didn't do much. All they had to say, look, the people are asking for a fine of $1,000 and
20 days in jail.
20 days in jail. There was nothing about probation or anything like that. The judge imposed the penalty because he was the end-all, tell-all when it came to sentencing. So the sentence, for those just joining, the sentencing was 15 days and $3,000 and probation with a lot of caveats. Too many for me to remember right now, but I did take notes, and I will tell you guys later everything of that nature. So it was one of the conditions is that he has to get a full-time job. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Pending appeal. Now, there will be appeal on the sentencing. I don't know what day that is, but I'm sure I will find out real soon. And I may be there, most likely. So that's final judgment. Once that appeal goes through and either gets, if the fine gets reduced or whatever it is that goes on, final judgment is going to be from this particular judge. He will be the one to hand down the final sentencing. And also DMA is ordered to surrender by, I believe, October 19th. I have to check on that for you, but October 19th is the day that DMA is supposed to surrender. So whether or not that gets kicked down the road or the appeal does something to it, I have no idea, but we will find out when that happens. Now, let's get to the opinion side of this whole thing. I told you guys all the facts as I see them, as I saw them in court, because I was sitting right there. I was taking notes. What is this guy? These guys doing,
bikes,
man? Holy shit, man! These bikes just pulled right in front of me. It was crazy. So, what else can I tell you guys? Okay, let's get to the opinion part of this thing. I make no bones about it. I've said it on several videos. I felt that what DMA did at that particular Social Security office was wrong. I got to call a spade a spade. I am not here to protect somebody that is going to break the law over and over and over. And that was part of the consideration in the courtroom, although the judge did kind of reprimand the prosecution side of things when he tried to bring up 2 other cases that are still pending litigation. But what the judge did take into consideration was the 2 prior arrests that DMA had. One of them, I believe, was at Sheridan, and then the other one was at the Colorado Springs public utility facility.
Yeah, they used the convictions. Yeah.
I don't think he's convicted on that one yet, but I don't think he's went to trial or anything for that particular one. But it's in all honesty, guys and gals, he's made life very difficult for him going forward doing this, okay? And he's also made life very difficult for the righteous people that are trying to do the right thing in protecting the First Amendment and our right to film police and things of that nature. I know the frauditor side of things thinks that everybody is out for nefarious purposes. It's totally bogus. It's not true. It's akin to one of us saying that every single cop out there is a piece of shit garbage. Fuck, man.
Okay, it's back.
Okay, we should be back. Sorry for this is another bad area here. I'm going to try to find a decent area where I can talk to you guys and finish this up. But what I was saying was, I believe, in my opinion, when you go and do things like this and you get these type of convictions, it's going to make it a lot harder to do the right thing. Okay, so I know the frauditor side of community is probably rejoicing right now. There's neither rejoicing nor sadness on my part. If you do wrong things, you're gonna. I mean, it's that old adage: if you mess with the bull, you're gonna get the horns, right? Which is why I don't try to put myself in these positions. I said it again. I said it once, and I said it 100 times. When he went into that Social Security office, it was completely and utterly unnecessary. He already had people admitting that if he stepped into that lobby, he was going to be arrested. So there was no further action needed on his part. He should have stayed outside of that boundary, and if not for I hate to say it, but Delete Laws, also known as Chili, was peer pressuring him enough to where he went in there. Now, what does that say? That says a lot about Chili, and it says a lot about DMA. I'll let you guys come up with your own conclusions on it. I'm not, in my opinion, I think it was the wrong move to go inside that Social Security office. Now, as far as the arrest that he took at the public utility building in Colorado Springs, I had a chance to view 2 types of video today in the courtroom. One from the prosecution, which was very shady and very edited, which is why I tell everybody in the 1A community that if you want respect from your peers and you want respect from even the other communities, even the communities that are against you, always have full context videos, okay? Because if you start editing things up to make yourself look better and the police look worse or a public official look worse, eventually that shit's gonna catch up to you. And if it doesn't, you're very, very lucky, and then you're gonna be one of the big time players and make a shit ton of money, which is why I think DMA is doing what he's doing. Now, Johnny, you have a little bit of insight on that. Did you not have a conversation with him about clicks and views?
Yeah, I've had.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I've been around him for a couple enough months. It ain't just. Yeah, I've had personal interactions and stuff. Hanging out.
Okay, so did he ever tell you that he wanted to get to 100,000 subs and then that's all he wanted to do, or something of that nature?
We've had personal talks where it's kind of like, anybody that kind of gets into this is kind of like not their goal, but it's kind of you want to get there. You want your plaque. You want to be known and blah blah blah, and just stuff he mentioned to me before.
Now, something along those lines, the judge specifically mentioned it about news. Okay, the judge said he purports to be a journalist, but what is the end point of his news? Who does it serve?
Oh, what the judge said this. He said, yeah, he's saying it's for news, but he's not specifying what news. So how can I clarify that even he's even in there for news if he won't even say what story or what he's doing?
Right.
Something like that along the line. I get what you mean. That's what the judge said.
So, and I know the difference. Okay, I kind of take exception when people say I'm a citizen journalist. Okay, I understand everybody's a citizen journalist. I get it. But what is the purpose of you being there? Are you describing the scene? Was DMA in that public utility office describing the office, how the layout, the way that people can get the pamphlets? No, he wasn't doing any of that. He was simply. But I will give DMA credit and his lawyer. I can't remember his lawyer's name.
Shout out to
Milo Schwab. Milo's a great lawyer, but I think he's overwhelmed with a lot of things, and he's out of his element when it comes to federal cases. I will tell you that. He's more localized. Okay, we're back. Sorry, guys. Another little, vortex on Colfax here. You guys know Colfax. Okay, so let me pull over here somewhere, and then I will finish up this live. Now, as far as the...
I'm talking about Milo and the federal stuff.
Oh, yeah. Milo needs to brush up, I think, on his federal stuff. He's not a federal lawyer, so I think he was doing this mostly as a favor to DMA to follow up on whatever else. I don't know. Also money. I mean, it's all about money.
He's willing to learn. He is a good lawyer, though.
Yeah. No, I've got no problems with Milo. So...
attorney or lawyer, whatever.
Yeah. I was talking about the point of what was I talking about, man? I mean, I've got so much information flooded in my head right now. It's hard to what was I just saying? Anybody in chat? Let's see.
All I remember is
I got this now. I got you, bro.
Gotcha.
Most of the time, a job is stipulated. It's just a term of probation in order to make sure the person's pay. I had 2 years and $5,000 in fines. I paid the $5,000 off in 1 year, and 1 year was discharged. Yeah, see, so it might be the same thing. It may be a term of 2 years, or I don't know, 1 year. But if you tell a mayor or his staff in advance you're investigating them for corruption, doesn't that change how they'll respond? I agree with you, Lucky. But my point is, if you do happen to show up and you're doing your thing and you're recording and you're told you're going to be arrested if you're here, that's pretty much all you need. Fight it in court later, okay? Why take the arrest and have a chance of what happened to DMA just now, right? Do you want to spend time in jail? Do you want... That's the question. Do you have the time, the money, and now years of your life? He's going to have to spend at least a year, getting a full-time job, I guess. That was a part of the conditions. That it's your discretion, obviously. But in my opinion, if I'm told I'm going to be arrested, it's one thing to be arrested. I was almost arrested, okay? If you want to check out the last video, I was almost arrested. And I was willing to take that arrest because I did nothing wrong. But if I'm at that same, and by the way, I was almost at that Social Security office. I was screaming to the high heavens in chat, do not go into that office, okay? Don't go in there. And I missed it by about maybe 5-10 minutes. I would have been there, and I could have been the cooler head, and maybe things would have ended a lot different. I don't know. I can't say for sure. But what I do know is if they threaten you with arrest, it's now at your discretion. If you want to go in there and take the arrest and fight this BS, then that's on you. I would have fought it a different way. I think I might have just went straight for a civil case and fought it that way. Okay, that's what you do. All right, that's how you stay unarrested, or you get arrested and you get exonerated. You do the right thing at all times. Okay. Let's see I'd
like to mention this. If you're $60,000 in debt, maybe you shouldn't be out there doing this shit where you're going to have to e-beg for someone else to pay your lawyer, pay your bail, pay your way, and basically get off your fucking ass and just go get your job and do what you got to do. Because this is basically what this man is saying. I'm $60,000 in debt, but I want everybody else to fucking watch me and pay my way and do what do it for me. Dude. Maybe you shouldn't be out here doing this shit then if you're $60,000 in debt and you can't even pay your own bail to get the fuck out for your own actions and shit and take responsibility for your own shit. You know what I mean? People should be thinking about that when you're sitting there giving him a donation realize he's sitting at his grandma's condo and running around with not shit in his name, and he's all this debt and can't do it himself, well, maybe you shouldn't be out here fucking around then, you know?
I think I concur with what Johnny said. I mean, if you know that you are deeply in debt, maybe it's time to always stick up for your rights, but realize that the gig is up. And by the way, I don't buy the $22,000. There was no proof that DMA made $22,000 last year. They didn't take into account all the Cash Apps, all the Venmos, and all that type of stuff. I mean, nobody even questioned that. So. But I don't think the judge bought it. Obviously, he gave him a $3,000 fine, the 15 days in jail, and the probation. Do I think it's a little harsh? Maybe, and I'll tell you why. Because the prosecution showed their version of the video in Colorado Springs, and it was a doctored, edited version to make the ginger gentleman on screen that you all saw look really, really good. But in reality, if you do look at that video, that ginger guy, and I hate to use the term ginger, I just say it because everybody else has been saying it, so everybody knows who I'm talking about. That guy, who was also in the courtroom, by the way, did approach DMA in a way that I didn't think was appropriate. And when Milo showed the full video, you could see the full scope of things, and you could definitely tell that DMA in that particular instance was not the aggressor. It was the other way around. So I got to call a spade a spade. Ellie says, when you go somewhere and plan on getting arrested, and don't cry when you get arrested. I totally agree. He's an activist, though. Getting standing isn't the point. You have to do what they don't want you to do. Look, Lucky, I get it, but sometimes discretion is the better part of valor. In this fight, you have to pick and choose your battles, okay? This was not a battle for him to pick. And it's obvious because now he's whining about what little money he has and how, devastating this is. But yet he already bought plane tickets and made accommodations to go to his best friend's wedding out of state. So cry me a fucking river with that shit, okay? If you can't handle the heat, get out of the fucking kitchen is what I'm saying.
And
right?
all that off probably other people's money. You know what I mean?
UB says DeCastro is kicking back in Vegas. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows his story. Who cares? Yeah, I agree with you, Blue Unicorn. We all did. I did. I know Ellie did. A bunch of people were telling him not to go into that building because, like I said, discretion is the better part of valor. You don't want to poke the bear, as 357 said in chat earlier. Let me get caught up here. Ashcan, welcome, man.
Well, maybe poke it, but don't wrestle it. You know what I mean?
He definitely wrestled with the bull on this one. Yeah. Most states you even have to declare yard sale money. I know, Ashcan, but some of that stuff is ridiculous. But I don't buy for 1 second that DMA made a grand total of $22,000 last year. It's just it's just stupid logic, and where he came up with that is just beyond
me. He could say he's a millionaire right now, but then or made $1 million. He can say whatever he wants, but then he just stood up in there and said, "I'm $60,000 in debt. Poor me."
Right.
Okay.
I don't understand it. I don't get it, but whatever. Vegas Paranormal. Life is good. Vegas Paranormal. I'm not in jail, and I don't have a sentencing date coming up, so life is very good. The guy was in court with him, now under bus. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm right, you're wrong. The red-headed rapscallion was in court. That's interesting. I found it interesting as well, Noel. I didn't like that guy's demeanor in that office, but he did offer to debate DMA in a controlled setting. The only thing that he didn't want was DMA to look at his chat while they were recording a video of them debating. And Ginger, if you're listening, I'm more than happy to talk to you and interview you. I didn't have time to, because I was on a meter. I didn't have time to sit there and exchange pleasantries with everybody, but I was going to talk to the Ginger guy to see if he wouldn't mind talking to me. And I would have played devil's advocate on both sides as well. I would have talked about his side of things. I would have talked about the 1A community side of things. And maybe we could have come to a better understanding of what happened there. Ellie says DMA made much more than that. Don't forget all the bail money he got to keep. That's a good point.
Yep.
He did make a point in court to the judge, and I thought it was pretty galling, knowing the history that I know about DMA and bail money. It was hard for him because he went from a good paying job as an electrician to, which it is true, he quit his
electrician.
He was a journeyman electrician, and he quit to do this YouTube thing. It was just kind of ironic that he mentioned that he had to pay bail money and all that type of stuff, knowing what had happened to Johnny. I wanted to actually laugh, to be honest with you guys. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to laugh because I thought it was funny. You thought I was going to jail, King Solomon? You don't have to worry about me going to jail, man. If I do end up going to jail, I know my rights. I know where I can be, where I can't be, and it will never be under any sort of slippery circumstances, King Solomon. You have no worries. I will never ask any of you for money unless you guys want to donate. But if you guys do donate for bail money, check this out, guys. I'm on record right now. If I ever get arrested and anybody wants to donate, feel free to donate, but probably give it to KDOT because I'll be in jail. But all of that money will be returned to you. Okay,
good man.
Unless you specify otherwise, if you're like, look, this is for a lunch afterwards or something. I understand that, but all the money that you guys will ever donate to get me out of jail personally, whether it's on my Cash App or on KDOT's Cash App, I will personally refund every single bit of that, and that's something that no other auditor I've ever heard say. So just know that if I ever go to jail and you guys don't donate money to me, most likely I will already have it handled. Or if you do happen to donate, I will refund, unless it's a super chat. I mean, it's really hard. If it's on Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal, you guys will be refunded. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. So if I ever get arrested and get put in jail and they put a bond on me, let's say it's $500, and you guys, let's say 5 people donate $500 and nothing is specified, you guys will be getting your money back. Okay, and just letting you know. YouTube brings out the stupid in some people. Absolutely, Vegas Paranormal. I totally agree. For the record, I like Ginger. He is not a government official. He was a citizen and should not have been harassed. Ellie, you and I differ on that point, especially after seeing full context. Ginger went up to him. Now, could DMA have diffused the situation a little bit better? No question. He could have said, look, sir, I'm not getting your son in the picture, or I'm trying not to. But if you notice in the video, that kid was in that video quite a bit. I'm just saying. Okay?
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Right. So you know what I mean. Let's see. Essendon Hennessy, welcome. Thank you for coming. Long time no see, Westside. What's up, Sean Little? Nice to have you in here. Let's see.
Oh, and Johnny Bravo will never ask for your bail money and say it's under some ruse of a arrest fund just to con you out of your money.
That's the thing.
Fucker still owes me $500.
Well, doesn't owe you. Owes the people.
Well, he can give it. Yeah. I know what
he
you
owes
mean.
the
Yeah.
people $500.
The point is, the fucker stole money after having like all that money. Yeah,
I know.
So, but I'll never do that.
I know. No.
That's
And that's what I'm saying. There's so many layers to this, guys. I think I might do another live that's better, not...
Yeah, this was on the fly.
This was on the fly. I was in a rush to get out of there because of the thing. But I think that's going to do it, guys. I don't have much more to say other than it was interesting. It was dramatic. It was... you could hear audible gasp when the sentencing came down. It was like an audible woo, like that. Like DMA was hit hard with this one, but the $3,000, no big deal. He can, that's chump change for DMA. I'm sure he can easily get that. And
can I mention, and this has nothing to do with you? Okay. As I was entering, this has nothing to do with MOH, but I did see Regan Benson's name logged in on the 16th and stuff. So if you're all about that, not IDing and not signing anything, ain't none of us signed anything. We just walked in today. So I seen your name signed in there. I don't know what all that's about, because you were just there like 8-9 months ago with me talking about you ain't gonna ID, you ain't gonna sign nothing and this. I just seen your name scratched in, signing in on the 16th. So I don't know what the fuck that's all about.
Yeah, I don't know either, to be honest with you. Who knows? So let's see what else we got here. I can't afford to be a pro-activist recording government. Yeah, see, NF, you got the right idea. If you can't afford it, don't do it. Johnny, you owe him $32.
Okay, whoever said that, that's pissed off Ellie. Much love. That's funny as shit.
Yeah, $32.
Shit.
Okay, guys. Let me see. Are there any questions for me as it pertains to the sentencing today or anything of that nature? And hopefully I can be of service. Now, this is real reporting right here, guys. This is no bullshit. A little bit of opinion after, but for the most part, all facts at the beginning. And there you go. Later, Solomon, have a good day. I just signed those things in Japanese. We didn't sign anything. We went right in.
He actually told you that you couldn't be there at a public meeting or unless you had court yourself, you couldn't go up. So you stood your ground. I appreciate that, because I was wondering how you're going to handle that shit. Because he was like, unless you're here for the court, yeah, you're like, nope. And he went and got his ID and everything, or whatever it was, to get in. And because I had ID too. It was one of those, y'all guys seen it like 8 months ago. They weren't going to let Regan and I in unless we ID'd, but we didn't sign nothing. But yeah, he straight up told MOH unless he has a court date, he can't even be up there. But he stood his ground today.
Public hearing. I mean, you can't deny it. So there you go. Does anybody have any questions before I leave? I'll check here, and if you guys don't have any questions, I think that'll just about wrap it up. Whoever gave me the $2 super chat, I do appreciate it. I'm sorry I don't know who it was, but I really do appreciate that. Let me see if I can click on that. No, it won't let me click on it. Does anybody know who gave me that $2 super chat? Because I really do appreciate it. No rabbit hole today, but that shark is always looking for it. Absolutely, 100%. Let me see your question, Ellie. Hold on. When is the appeal hearing? Okay.
Good question.
Lots of dates here, Ellie. Milo has, I believe, until Monday. He gave himself kind of a self-imposed day on Monday to file a formal appeal to the sentencing. Then the prosecution has till Thursday of next week to also rebut. Kind of give their point of view of things, but I believe the 14th, for some reason that comes to mind. The 19th is when DMA is ordered to turn himself in, to voluntarily turn himself in. And then obviously if he doesn't turn himself in, then then there'll be a warrant, and that'll be a whole different story. But hopefully he just turns himself in and gets it all done and over with. Based on his views for the past year, Pugface says 20,000 for views in super chat sounds accurate. It is not accurate, Pugface. It is not accurate. He makes much more money than that.
Look, everybody can speculate that number. Like I said, he could say I made $1 million, but you just went on record saying I'm $60,000 in debt. Poor me. You know what I mean? So regardless, that shit's irrelevant what he made. If he just stood up and said, basically, I shouldn't be doing this shit, I'm in debt and everybody's paying my way. Go get a fucking job, dude.
it was pretty embarrassing, to be honest with you guys. I'm not gonna lie. Bosco and George, welcome. Nice to have you in chat. Sean Little, thank you. Frog UK, thank you for being in chat.
Shout out to Frog, yeah.
Frog, not everybody's a frauditor, man. I want you to understand that. Not everybody is in this thing for nefarious reasons. I hope you understand that and be fair about things. You know what I mean? I like your channel. A lot of good information there, but I think you are a little too harsh on everybody involved, and I think you should take into consideration. It's like saying everybody is a frauditor is akin to saying all cops are bad. And then when you do that, you do your channel and yourself a disservice. But I do appreciate your channel. What else we got here? Westside, nice to have you in here. Anybody else got any questions? I'm not in this for the money. I'm in this for the journey. Same thing here, Vegas. I'm not in it for the journey. I'm actually in it for the activism. So there you go. Yeah, I know. Frog only reports the court facts. I get it. Let's see what else we got here. Ajot, nice to have you in here. I would never ask anybody for money. When I'm doing my own deal, it's on me. 357, spot on, dude. Like the same here. I won't ask for money, but if people happen to donate, like I said, once I get out,
just looking out for somebody.
It's
good
looking
etiquette.
out,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Good
And once I get out, I mean, me personally, unless you tell me specifically, I want you to have this for a dinner or lunch. You know, I know you spent a day in jail or whatever. I'm going to give it back to you because you did me a huge fucking favor. You did me a huge favor for getting me out. Yeah, thank you, Frog. I just report the facts as well, man.
Yeah, shout out to Frog. Ain't no animosity.
I have no animosity.
Here,
I actually don't have any animosity towards any of the big channels, man. The big frauditor channels. I love all the 1A channels.
I've always seen you being very neutral.
I'm as neutral as I can, man. I'm neutral as I can, and if anybody wants to have me on to discuss, I'm more than willing because I want to bridge the gap. I want to bridge the gap between these communities. All right. Between these communities and other communities, all right? Even the police, that's the whole point, is trying to bridge that gap, figuring out ways we can make things better for everybody, okay? That's the whole point of this whole thing. Activist since 85 and won't stop till I'm dead, Ashcan. I'm the same way. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing, but I'm also not going to do the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying, Ashcan? I believe in our freedoms. I believe in our rights, and I will push the boundaries. I mean, that was something that was brought up in court too, the boundaries, right? He's pushing the boundaries. Well, how can you push the boundaries if you know you're completely wrong? And maybe he didn't. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe he didn't know he was completely wrong. But in this case, he was completely wrong. Exactly, and I've donated to a few cats, but put some money on books. Don't want that back. Just trying to help legit patriots. 357, that's exactly the way that I am. And I appreciate you, and I appreciate that way of thinking. I wish everybody thought that way, right? There's nothing wrong with giving money to people that you think are doing the right thing, and are doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with making money either. I'm not sitting here shitting on DMA saying that he shouldn't be making money and he shouldn't be, you know, doing this and all that. What I'm saying is he has to reach deep inside himself and start doing better things, right? He talks about doing better. He really should look in the mirror and start
practice what
doing
you preach.
Better.
Practice
do
what
better.
You preach.
And let me tell you something, guys. Myself and KDOT gave that dude a lot we gave him a lot of support and a lot of information. He would call us for a lot of things at the beginning, and we would always try to steer him in the right way. If he called me up and said, hey, I'm thinking about going in here, I would say, look, it's probably not a good idea to record inside there, maybe stay outside, or maybe you know, he said, well, I'm recording here, and KDOT would say, yeah, that's perfectly okay, go right ahead, man, as long as you're not causing a disturbance and stuff like that, right? Pugface, I really appreciate that super chat, man. You know, it means a lot. I know a lot of this money doesn't come to me, but it doesn't matter. You guys are doing it from your heart, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Let's see, what else?
I think you did a good job updating right now. Yeah. Kind of touched on stuff.
Sean Little says that's the big bridge, the cop bridge, and free press is the most reasonable way across that bridge. There are other ways. Sean Little, that's kind of the purpose of my channel. I am an activist. I consider myself an activist. I don't consider myself purely a 1A guy, a 2A guy, and even though I'm in support, full support of the Constitution, all the rights therein. You know, I you know, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, all the amendments intact. You know, I think they all should be respected, but and they are violated a lot of times by police officers. Team Doc, definitely, Jen. Appreciate that. Love you, Jen. You know that. Everybody type in Team Doc in chat. That would mean a lot for Jen. What else we got? Police accountability consultant. There you go.
If you want to wait on the update, what we got, kind of remember how to update it? Yeah, that'll be another live you'll have to hit on. But yeah, we both witnesses. We both got told that shit.
Okay. It's not free press when you have a paywall. Ellie, that's a good point. That's another exception I take for all you YouTubers that are thinking about getting in this gig and making a ton of money. Don't put your content behind paywalls. It's not a good look. If you're a 1A guy and you're trying to tell everybody that you're for the First Amendment and free press and all this, don't put your fucking videos behind a paywall. It's not a good look at all. It's bullshit, and you should never do that, okay? That's advice from me to you, all right? Don't put your shit behind a paywall. It makes no sense. It makes you look terrible. I know, I have it on good authority that one of the frauditing channels, basically I know one of the frauditing channels pays for that information and then takes that information and just makes it free for everybody. Why just skip that shit, okay? You're taking advantage of your community in a way that you really shouldn't be taking advantage, okay? And when you're charging $99 a month for your fucking phone number, that's absolute and utter trash, okay? Just telling you. Team Doc all the way, Jen. 10th Amendment new boyfriend, Jeremy says. Anarchy and personal accountability, Blue Unicorn. I'm not quite there, Blue Unicorn. Maybe you can convince me. I believe on the accountability portion for sure.
Shout out to Blue.
I love Blue. If you guys haven't subbed to Blue Unicorn, sub to Blue Unicorn. He's an awesome singer. He did something really cool for me last night. I requested him sing Love is a Battlefield.
Oh, okay, cool.
And dude is that cover of Blue Love is a Battlefield is a banger,
cool.
man. It's awesome.
Well, I like to shout out Blue too. Is he helped me out when just recently cooked me some pancakes. You know, helped me out a little bit. And I appreciate you, Blue. Good looking out.
Yeah, Blue's a good, solid dude. Love him. Hawk fan, much love to you, man. What do we got here?
Should come down to Denver and see us sometime if you can, man.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to see him again. I don't take donations, memberships on my channel. That's a good thing, Frog. I don't take memberships on my channel. I do take donations because gas costs money, things of that nature, but I never ask for them actively. You know, I mean, if people want to donate, I mean, it's their, that's their way of showing appreciation. I got no problems with people donating or anything like that. I don't like paywalls. I don't like memberships. To me are a bridge too far. I don't see the value they provide. If you want to support the content creator or the auditor or the journalist, I do a lot of journalistic work. I'm always reporting on stabbing, shootings, car accidents, which the mainstream media won't report on.
Here's the thing. MOH does. This is what I like about him. It's like I said, he's neutral. But even if you're donating, he's not buying tires for his car. He's not paying his rent off of it. He's actually doing the records request. He's using it for his activism. So if you want to support his stuff, he's doing it for the right reasons. And that's cool. That's what I'm saying is what I like about him is he'll actually use it for the right reasons. He's not just accepting your money and then next week he's got a stereo system in his car or some shit or paid his rent off, just whatever. He's actually using it for his activism. You know what I mean? Getting those police reports and other stuff that costs money. So I appreciate you guys supporting the real people out here. You know,
I'm gonna get a new stereo system next week.
Shit, I'm $32 in debt right now. Shit. Just like...
32. Why do I have to be 32?
I had to throw that out there. That was to Ellie.
Okay, let's see. What do we got here? That's good, Johnny Bravo. Frog says, I'm all for police accountability. Thank you, Frog, for saying that, man. I know not everybody on that side is pro-police, bootlicking, people. I mean, there is a problem, and we will, try to solve that problem the best we can. Friends in Code, welcome. Nice to have you in here.
Fick, what's up?
Digging your Halloween merch. I got the shirt on, too. I don't know if you guys, maybe... Can you see it? Maybe.
Oh, you got a Halloween shirt.
Halloween shirt and hat. Oh, dude,
nice.
I
know. I like you always come decked out.
Even the glasses are orange.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So there you go. Let's see. Pugs has 0 chill. What did Pugs say, man? I love Pugs. Make sure you check out Pugs. Pugs is a great singer. I love Pugs.
Oh, is that what we were watching the midget wrestling on recently? I think it was Pugs' channel. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Let's see. Oh, if MLH had done it a certain way, he could say the car is for work and deducted from his thefts. Oh, I mean taxes. Actually, I'm going to get a $2,000 rebate on this car, Unicorn, so don't worry about that. I know the tax game. YouTube takes 60% anyway. Really, I see small super chats as a gesture of support. Absolutely, man. But they don't take 60%, they take 30%. I just want to be correct on the facts there. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Just saying, Ellie. I totally agree. Looking fresh. Much love. 303 native. Same here, Mr. Have Not. I appreciate you for being in here. I like the shirt, Solomon says. I love it too, man. Sean Little, thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, see, Pugface makes a good point here, Ellie. True. If they tell you to leave and you leave, you can still sue. See, that's the thing. Like, if somebody's violating your rights, you don't necessarily have to take the arrest. I mean, there are times when an arrest is necessary for you to get things changed. I almost took an arrest last week. If you guys want to see that video, make sure you check out the rabbit hole videos that I got on the channel, and you'll see I almost got arrested. What else we got here? Keeping bail money is not cool. I completely agree with you, Ellie. It's one thing for people to donate to get you out of jail. It's another thing for you to at least try to give that money back. If I make a good faith effort to give that money back after I'm in jail and the people don't want it back, then that's not my problem at that point, you see. But it is my point if I just keep that money. It's bullshit. And I'm telling everybody right now, if you're a 1A activist, or if you're a frauditor, or if you're a fucking normal person, or whatever, and you are in jail and you accept money to get out of jail and you don't give that money back, what does that say about you? Okay? What does that say about you? That's all I'm saying. Let's see, what else? Supporting from London, Alan B, my homie from across the pond, man. Alan B, man, you're awesome, dude. I've been meaning to email you. I hope you're doing good. Good stuff. He's handling his bid like a man. Can't wait till it's free. Till he's free. Mikey said. I don't know who you're talking about. Are you talking about DMA? Okay. Okay, Johnny, any parting thoughts before we end this?
I think we kind of touched on everything. You know, good little update, good little live. Appreciate everybody for coming in.
For those on the 1A side that are pissed off at me for reporting facts, I don't know what to tell you. If you're upset with my opinions, let's talk. If you're on the frauditor side of things and you think all of us are frauds and all that, you know, invite me on your show. We'll talk and have a civil conversation. I don't necessarily want to be piled on by 10 people on a panel or whatever, but I will talk with you in a respectful manner. And you know, all things of that nature. DMA is appealing the sentencing, but why didn't he appeal the verdict? Things that make you go, okay, why did he not appeal the verdict? That's for the people to decide. I just report the facts. If I obviously have opinions.
That's for you guys to judge.
Yeah, I obviously have opinions. I would have appealed if I felt that I was in the right. But obviously he felt he wasn't in the right, so he didn't appeal the verdict.
To each his own.
Howard County, he's talking about Eric Brandt. I don't have much to say about that. I still say it's unfortunate for the Denver crew. Dispatch, love to see people come together for greater good, but understandable. Hawk fan, I can't work with people that want to always be in the wrong, man. I can't.
Facts.
I can't work with people that put themselves in position to be arrested all the time. That's not what I'm about. If you're about activism, it's not about getting arrested, right?
Putting themselves first before everyone else.
Putting yourself in peril all the time and always be in jail. Look what just happened to DMA. He put himself in a position where now he's got to get a full-time job. How much of this is he going to be able to do now? That's the question to ask yourself. You know what I mean? He's going to be on probation. Oh, another term of his probation that I forgot to tell you, he cannot commit any crimes, whether they be local, state, or federal. So do you think he's going to be making very many videos anytime soon? Is that what you want? You want to be in a position where you can't make videos. I don't know. If that's what you want to do, there you go. And Ellie says something real important too. Accountability is for all, not just the police. I am going to hold the people in this community as accountable as I would hold the police. If somebody in this community is doing something wrong, I'm going to call a spade, and that's facts. That's not hyperbole. I'm not sitting here fucking around. If you're doing wrong, you're doing wrong.
Look, his 2 cents about some of the people in the community is that, oh, they're doing it wrong. They're making ordinances. They're causing it hard for everybody else. It's like, what did you do? You ain't really made no winnable cases. All you did was make ordinances over to Sheridan. The same shit that you sit here and talk about other people, you've done yourself. And you ain't benefited off nothing but yourself. You're sitting here bitching about I'm 60,000 in debt, but everybody please pay my way. But you over here 0-3 and making ordinances around here, making it harder for everyone else while you're trying to benefit yourself and you don't give a shit about nobody. So once again, you sit here and say all this stuff about someone else, but you out here making ordinances. You ain't winning nothing. You ain't changed nothing. You ain't done nothing but make a profit and hit that margin that you wanted to have a plaque and say, look at me, guys. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't doing really nothing out here, man.
You're one to talk, Johnny. You owe him $32, man.
Shit, man. I know I need to get on that.
All right. If someone tells you to jump off a cliff, would you jump just because they do? Absolutely not. I get the analogy. Let's see what else we got. Not appealing the verdict may have been a waiver or money issue. Pugface, it wasn't a money issue. I don't know why you keep going back to the money, dude. He's made plenty of money. It's not a money issue. He's driving around a fucking brand new Cadillac now. I mean, come on. It's not a, before that it was a fucking big ass Dodge Ram truck or Silverado or some big ass truck that cost like $60,000-$70,000. It ain't about the money.
Yeah, he got a lot of people fooled, man. Just donating money for what? What has this man done? Nothing. Literally nothing. Changed nothing for good, but it's been negative. Like, nothing.
I helped change the Human Rights Act and privacy laws in Canada. Absolutely, Ashken. See, that's the point that Johnny was trying to make, and something that I am very passionate about here in the Denver metro area. Things like this make it harder for us, all right? Johnny Bravo made a good point. When you're making local ordinance, when you're forcing people's hands and make local ordinances that make it harder to record, what are you actually doing? You're doing the opposite of what you should be doing, right? I'm currently fighting Denver to get the signs in the police lobbies down, right? I almost got arrested for it. If you guys don't believe me, watch the video. And I was simply there recording, all right? So there's some bullshit that needs to happen. Is the Sheridan BS over? Johnny, can you answer that question? Is the Sheridan BS over? For you, it is. For everybody else, is it over?
I got no comment on that shit. I almost wanted to go over there and do my own thing. You know what I mean? So it's not, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I take good advice from, like, I don't know. I ain't got no comment on there. You know what I mean? Really,
I got a
whole lot of things happen in between. And I'm not one to be sitting here trying to gossip on shit or start some shit with somebody or whatever it is. It is what it is. I don't care how people judge me. I got involved with just, it didn't go as it should have been. And like I said, that's what I'm saying. Now we got ordinances over there, and it's all because of some bullshit he started and got everybody involved. And what did he do? He's the one that profited off of everybody's bail money and asked for mine and other people's back. Like, what really changed? What positivity came out of that other than he made the ordinance over there and ain't shit changed and got everybody involved and didn't give a fuck about nobody but himself. So is it over? I don't know. Shit. I can speak for anybody, but for me, yeah.
I can answer that question. For Johnny, I think it's over. For everybody else, I don't think it's over. Well, there's one other person that I think it's over for, but it's not over. It's not over. Unindoctrinated, how you doing? Nice to have you in here. Westside, I think I said hey to you. You got a great channel, Westside. I love your channel.
Let's just say that Sheridan still needs to be addressed, but it needs to be addressed the right way, not that shit way.
It needs to be addressed by the right people.
Yes,
in the
right people and the right way, because basically there's my answer to you. Did it go right? No, it didn't go right. It didn't go right with the right people. It didn't go right with the right way to do it. So there you go. This is my answer. It's still up in the air. And anybody will get arrested for going in there and filming because of the ordinances they started. You know what I mean?
Oh, one more thing. That reminded me. Something else that DMA said that when he was up yapping, he said that his purpose was to create case law. This ain't the way to do it. This ain't the way to do it. You don't create case law by not appealing your guilty verdicts, right? So he's going to have to wait at least a year, I'm thinking, before he can try again. Where does Regan fit into this? You all kind of do your own thing now, and it's impossible to be up to date with it all. Hawk fan, I fell out of favor with Regan a long time ago. I'm not going to comment on that other than to tell you I do my thing, and I do the right thing all the time. That's what I'm going to say.
I will say this too. I fell out of same thing. Fell out of the thing with it, and I ain't really got too much to say about it. Sorry. You know, that you know what I mean? I can't really explain it. It's just a falling out. And personally, yeah, not everything that happens you see on film. I mean, just know that I don't know. It's just I ain't really got too much.
Let's just put it this way.
Falling out. Let's just
put it this way. You don't take plea deals. If you're in this for the right reason, you don't take plea deals. You don't accept things until they go all the way as far as you can take them. That's all I'm going to say. I was under the impression this was a city library deal, not Social Security. Makes a lot of sense now on the ruling. Yes, 357. This is a Social Security.
Yeah, it's a federal case.
It's a federal case. It wasn't a state case. And the prosecution definitely used his subsequent arrest at the Colorado Springs Utilities Commission office in their favor, and I think it worked. So to summarize everything before we let you guys go, DMA was sentenced today to 15 days in jail, $3,000 fine, and also probation. Terms of the probation are he basically has to report to the probation officer for anything. If he sneezes, he's got to report it. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. If he attains a job, which is also mandated, he's got to get a full-time job. He has to report that to the probation officer. If he has to go out of state for any reason, he has to report it to the probation officer. If he changes addresses, he has to report it to the probation officer. If he has a day off, he has to report it to the probation officer. I mean, the judge went through a litany of things that he has to provide to the probation officer in order for him to function in society, and it was no joke. I will say that. Now, real quickly on my quick opinion of things, do I think the sentence was just? I think it was a little too harsh. I think the $3,000 for sure was okay, but the jail time, I think it was okay too. I mean, I might have given him 10 days. I don't know.
That was the court just trying to give you a lesson. You know what I mean? Like, here's your lesson. You better not do it again. You know what I mean? Like,
also, the terms are he is ordered not to commit any crimes. He can't have a firearm. That's another big thing. So his Second Amendment was stripped away. So I feel that was kind of unnecessary. But you know, it's neither here nor there. He's a convicted criminal now, and sentenced criminal. So I mean, I can understand the court's point of view. I do think probation was a little excessive, as you say, 357. But
I mean, I agree with whoever made that comment about I think the only reason why they did that is because they just want to collect on the fine. Once his fine is done, let's say it's 2 years. Once you do a year or half your time, you can put in that early termination and shit. They just want their money. Probably put them on for a year, and then boom, you're off again.
No doubt.
Like that. Yeah,
no doubt.
That's all that shit is.
DMA did not take a deal. In fairness, he was found guilty on 3 out of 4 cases. Case number 4 is still pending. Here's another distinction. I want to make a clear distinction. Okay, I can't talk for myself because I've been arrested 0 times, and I truly believe, and I think others believe, that I haven't been targeted by these frauditing troll communities and the frauditor community and frog and all these other peoples, because I keep myself out of trouble. Okay, that's why I'm uninteresting to them, and that's the way to do it. Now let's contrast that. K-Dot, who's been arrested 3 times, okay, he's now 3-0. He's beat every single case because he's always righteous and he knows the law before he goes and do things, okay? So if he's going to go into an office, he's going to make damn sure that what he's doing is perfectly legal. DMA never does the homework. And I think that's the case here. He didn't do his homework on that Social Security office to know better than to go in there, especially after somebody... Now, it's one thing to go in there with a camera and then somebody says, hey, you're being arrested, right? You didn't know, okay? You can claim that, right? But if you go to the office and they specifically tell you you're going to be arrested if you go in here, if you feel that you're in the wrong, why are you going to take that arrest? You've got everything you need on camera. Go fight it that way.
Clicks
okay?
and views, bro. Clicks and views.
You know, clicks and views, that's what it's all about. And I tell people, if you're in this for clicks and views, it's probably not going to work out with you. There's very, very few people that do this for clicks and views that actually make that money.
Please don't pick up a camera and just sit there and annoy some fucking private business
for
do 3 hours and then try to edit video to look at this guy coming out here yelling at me. It's like, but you didn't sit here and show transparency of you sitting out there for 3 hours annoying an establishment.
This is another term. Thank you for reminding me, Harry Nova. DMA should have to P-test too. That is one of the conditions. Matter of fact, after he gets into the halfway house that he was ordered to go into, he does have to do an immediate P test within 15 days. And hereafter, I think it was monthly after. I could be wrong on that. I'll have to look at my notes. What's up, Strictly Strange? Nice to have you in here. Nightmares Auditors just subbed to the channel. Thank you very much, Nightmares Auditors. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Hawk Fan. I appreciate you. You know I do. But let's see. Criminal trespassing. I believe that's what the charge. One of the charges was 357. There was something else. Maybe obstruction was thrown out. I don't know. I can't remember.
Hey, we're not here to throw shade on anybody. We're just, at the end of the day, much love to everybody. Do your own thing if you can, and to each his own. I love everybody. At the end
I
of the
was
day.
the only person who Frog made a video of for not auditing or cop watching Pugface says. I haven't seen that video, Pugface, but that would be an interesting one. Do you think he's going to get a bed with a window? Probably not. You be chilling. He's going to be spending 15 days in federal prison.
We'll probably be asking people to get it for him.
15 days in federal prison is no joke.
No,
dude.
I know. I know. You hit them doors. It's gonna be a hard 15 days. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Mikey 973, welcome. Al Smith, the feds have a low sec one on Inglewood. I don't know what that means. Why do a static video for 2 years and then go live after you harass people? It's really weird, Ellie. I don't understand it. And I tell people this too, and I've told other people this, and they don't fucking listen. Why don't people listen to me, Johnny?
They don't. They should. So I'm over here listening to the right stuff too. You don't see me out here fucking around doing that.
I've had people not take my advice. I'll tell them one thing and they do the opposite, and I can't help those people.
Look, you were trying to be there for him specifically for that case. You were on the way to help him. How many times he called for support, and you can't help or support somebody that don't want to help themselves, so at the end of the day, he did it to himself.
It is what it is.
So when
guys.
he makes a video later on, starts crying about his situation, this, and people start feeling like they need to donate or be compassionate about it. Remember, you did this to yourself, bro. Like, put your big boy pants on and start paying your own way, because literally if no donations came in, no nothing came in, this man's got no job, he's got no way to support himself, and get up and do something yourself first. And then start listening to the right reasons. Other than that, stay in your own demise, I guess,
Good advice. That's the other thing. If somebody tells you, don't go in there, which I said several times, it's on fucking record. Don't go in that office. Don't go in there, in capital letters in chat. Don't go in there. I knew what was going to happen. Don't learn. Sorry. Can't help it.
Did it to himself is all I gotta say, yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. Can't disagree with that. 357. I'm staying the fuck away. Yeah, I don't look. I can't help people that don't want to take good advice. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Or help themselves. Yeah.
There's an old saying: you can't fix stupid, man. I mean, I'm sorry to be that harsh, but you just can't fix stupid. I mean, people think they're righteous a lot of times when they do this, but a lot of times they may have the good intentions, but they don't know what they're doing, and it's maddening because it's frustrating for people like K-Dot and Johnny and myself, because when you try to do the right thing, you're always put back like 5 times over because people are doing the wrong things and doing ordinances and stuff like that. And creating ordinances that make it 10 times more difficult,
which is
to fight
impacting all of this negatively. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Is I'm not trying to talk shit, but what positively anything have you changed in a good light, like straight up, other than look at me, guys, help me out, I just fucked up again? Like, you really didn't do shit, no positive change from nothing.
Are the clicks and views really worth it?
Like, cool, you made a video and fucked yourself over.
According to DMA, it really isn't, because he only made $22,000 last year. So
yeah, you guys only paid my way $22,000.
Can he go to AFA's wedding and mass next month? Bob Smith, yes, I believe that's who he was referring to.
Yeah, I think so too.
I believe the judge said that he can, but he has to be back by October 19th to turn himself in, pending the appeal of the verdict. Puddin' DMA did this to himself, no doubt. Puddin', thank you for being in here. Thank you for contributing. Let's go to AFA's wedding and deliberately annoy them.
We don't promote none of that.
I'm not going to do that, man. I mean, I don't like drama. You guys know that. John DeNicola, welcome. Nice to have you in here.
What's up, John?
At least they have Zoom, so he could be an that's pretty funny. Let's see. Good advice is freely given, and usually the price is only expensive when one fails to heed it. That words could be no more truer. Mom's wholesome. You put things in terms that are very eloquent, and that's very good.
Thank you all for being here and hearing this out.
Yeah, never mind said it's time to leave America alone. I don't know what that means. Today was federal over Social Security office. Yes. So he says, never mind. Let's see. I don't think it's right. I'm no expert, but this seems too much to me. It wasn't a violent offense. Why take 2A? No drugs involved. Okay, I agree with you on indoctrinated. It's a little harsh, but if you're told not to get into trouble while you're fighting off one case, why are you going to go and get in trouble again? You know, I mean, I don't know why the drug testing, that was kind of weird to me too, on a doctor. Maybe it's just, you know what it was, is the judge read directly from the book on the sentencing guidelines. So the sentence has to be fair all the way around. That's what I'm guessing on indoctrinated. I can't say for 100% sure, but that's my guess.
He was a good judge, though. I mean,
I thought he was
for
fair.
real, he was fair. He was.
And
he was fair.
DMA said it himself that he was fair going through the trial and listening to, you know, the argument. So that's straight from DMA. How can DMA travel out of town for a wedding when he claims he has no money and $60,000 in debt?
Because other people will pay.
That's a good point, and I pointed that earlier. Just rewind the tape, Ellie. I pointed that out. I don't like AFA, and I think everyone knows that. Blue Unicorn says, well, you're not alone. I'm not a big fan either. You're probably... Let's see. Okay, you're probably one of the trash mods. Thanks for that. He's not a mod. And leave Hawk alone, Mikey. He's not a mod. Thanks, MLH, Johnny, for being so transparent. I always will. That's Johnny Bravo there. If anybody doesn't know Johnny Bravo, that's Johnny Bravo.
Hey, shout out to Hector from Davies company out there that do the courthouses and the stuff. For real, I met him and he was like, yo, I was wondering who you were, but you're Johnny Bravo from like months ago. Yeah, so he watched my videos and other stuff. Yeah, I told you. Hey, shout out to Hector from Davies company. Hell yeah, bro, I got recognized out there.
There you go.
Shout out to Hector.
Let's see what else we got in here. Drug testing is automatic. Voodoo says most likely. No, I don't want it to turn off. I don't want my vehicle to turn off. No, Shark, don't turn off.
Your vehicle's like, both of you shut up, please.
I know, they're like, shut up. The Shark is like telling us to stop. Let's see. What else we got here? Drugs are still considered illegal according to federal law, so it makes sense that a federal judge would not want someone to break federal laws.
Yeah, we have to remember it's state and federal.
I get it.
I get that.
So no weed for DMA too, because it is not legal federally. I don't like auditors and watch a lot of channels from the other side, but listening back to your comments and can appreciate your views and stance on all of this. We'll have a look at your videos.
Appreciate that.
Courtney Dobbs, thank you very much. I appreciate that. At least you're not one of the people that just leaves a nasty comment on my videos without even watching the video. You know, I do appreciate that. Puddintain says, MLH new car. Yes, this is the Shark. I do have a video on the channel, Puddintain, if you want to take a look at the Shark. It's the new Prius. Phyllis, nice to have you in here. Probation standards for drug testing. Yes. Absolutely going to happen. Yep, Mikey. Yes. What else we got here? Where could we send him some KY? UB says. I didn't say it, UB. John and Nicola, hey MLH, are you going, all going to the council meeting to have those BS signs taken down? I'm doing something a little bit different, John DeNicola. I'm sure you've seen the rabbit hole videos. Make sure you check those out, because I will be having those signs taken down. One way or another. I got something.
Getting it on record and everything. But I know you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what's up.
I mean, going to the city council meetings is one thing, but I will tell you, John DeNicola, we are going to have, KDOT and I are going to have a interview with one of the city council members herself. So stay tuned for that. That might be Rabbit Hole Part 6, I believe. I can't remember what I'm up to, but you can look forward to that. You can look forward to, I'm going to make another visit because I have to complain about the officer that wanted to arrest me, and that might get me arrested sometime soon. So I don't know. We'll see. John DeNicola. But I'm on it. I'm on it, John Denicola. Trust me, I will get those signs taken down at some point. Mikey says, I've been on probation and parole, and you can't even drink alcohol. So, ooh, that's going to be a big one for DMA because he's been known to drink a few margaritas. Let's just put it that way. Let's see. No drama in the chat, please. I don't want any drama in the chat. Let's see. What else we got? P. Backrow. I haven't seen you in a bit, man. Nice to have you in here. Jail, no 2A, no weed, worst nightmare. Unindoctrinated said. It would be damning for me, unindoctrinated. That's why I don't get myself in trouble to where I'm going to be spending 15 days in federal prison. Let's just put it that way. Ellie put the sentence there. Thank you, Ellie.
At the end of the day, when you mess up your own life, it can't be a pity party, poor me. I mean, grow up and start, let this be a lesson to, maybe you should start, and teach his own, whatever it is.
Okay. Never seen you. I don't know what's going on there. No drama in the chat, guys, please. For RPG safety, I have to agree with Courtney. You seem to have an open mind. And the good and bad of auditors. Good luck with your channel. Thank you very much for RPG. Hopefully you subscribe, and maybe you can tell me where I'm faulty. Maybe you can tell me where I'm right. Things of that nature. GS 144. Welcome back to the channel. Nice to have you in there.
Criticism is always welcome.
I welcome it. So all the frauditing people that are in here, that are watching, lurking, make sure you sub. Make sure you tell me where I'm wrong, where I'm right. Okay, because it's open dialogue here. That's what I want. I don't want any drama. That's the thing. This channel is no drama. Okay, the drama is in the frame of the camera. That's where the drama goes, and that's where it stays. Okay. Let's see. Cache Valley did a video on the same sign, and the council had them removed. Might help your cause. John Denicola, I'm working on it. Let's just put it that way. And I will get to the city council eventually. So don't worry. We're fighting the good fight on that. 357, give me 3 margaritas. I'm putting it. 357. You're funny, dude. Steve, his convictions will limit his job prospects. That's also. There you go. I mean, it says what it says. I was there for the live that day. That video can be found on several channels, Howard County says. Make sure you sub to Howard County Observer as well. He does a great job. I know he hasn't been putting out a ton of videos lately, but the dude knows what he's doing. Zach was good at Pantera, P. Backrow says. I saw Pantera, and he was great. Let's see. What else we got here? Cass Graphics. This is federal. He's screwed. Well, I mean, I don't know. He's still got an appeal apparently on the sentencing, but the sentencing is as follows: 15 days and $3,000 and probation. And there's a lot to go with that probation. I can imagine DMA conversations with other inmates. I'm here for stealing cars. I'm here for robbing Circle K. I'm here for taking one step forward. Those are going to be interesting conversations, man, for sure. I'd be very unhappy if I had to quit Kratom because of jail. See, Strange, I feel that way about weed, man. It's my medicine. I have to have it. You know, it's helped me along my journey with mental health and all kinds of stuff. No racism in this channel. Thank you very much, Ellie. Racism will not be tolerated.
Or doxing,
here. No doxing, no racism, and no drama. What's the cop's name that tried to arrest you, MLH? Uchek, King Solomon, and I do want to put in a formal complaint against Uchek. He was very aggressive in what he wanted to do. He wanted to create case law. He just did. Good point, Cast Graphics. Not the way I wanted it.
We definitely got his name on paper, but not the way I would want it.
I wouldn't want to be that way. Maybe DMA can share a cell with their plans. Putintain, I didn't say it.
Y'all clowning now.
I didn't say it. I did not say that. No worries, Hawk fan. I just don't want any drama. You know that, man. Nobody's getting kicked out. I mean, unless you really start a bunch of dumb shit like that guy did earlier. Great live here, MLH and Johnny Bravo, Essendon said. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Is there any questions that anybody wants to ask of me? I will say that Milo seemed really nervous. His hand was very shaky.
Yeah, I saw that too, man.
You saw that too?
When he grabbed the podium
to
stop it from shaking.
Yeah,
Trust me, I pay attention to all body language. And that was one thing I was like, damn.
DMA seemed kind of choked up when he was talking. Nasty Nathaniel, he is not a genius. He's not doing us any favors. Sorry to say. But thank you for being in chat. Sergeant is a bigger problem than the signs, by the way. I agree, John Denicola. I totally agree with you. And I'm going to work on it. I'm going to file a complaint eventually. Matthew the King, welcome to chat, man. Let's see. What else we got here? Probation sucks more than the fine. I agree. 357. I thought that was really, really harsh, to be honest with you.
Once again, that's probably a way of just collecting the money, making sure they're getting it.
Yeah, I'm sure him comparing himself to Rosa Parks will go over well with the other prisoners. That was absolute bullshit, Courtney Dobbs. That was the cringiest moment for me. I cannot believe that he invoked the name of Rosa Parks in this setting. It was ridiculous. It was audacious, to say the least. I cannot believe that he mentioned Rosa Parks. It actually was disgraceful, to be honest with you. And I don't know what else to say about that. Let's see, what else we got here? Recording government officials doesn't mean you need or should be part of the story. Just report the story. I think I agree with that, Ellie.
Yeah, that's a good comment.
That shit's nerve-wracking. 357. I'm right, you are wrong. You went to support him? No. I went, look, I'm not going to say who in the courtroom asked me why I was there, but somebody did ask me specifically, why are you here?
Asked me too.
And the reason that I gave was because I'm here to report.
Great answer.
That's it.
You did say that. Yeah, good answer.
And that's what I did. I reported. Now, do I have an opinion? I do. I'm a human being. So I gave the facts at first, and then I reported on my opinion. So I didn't go there to support nor to antagonize. I'm right, you're wrong. I was not there for support. I was not there to be on the other side of things either. I was there as a neutral party to report.
Nor was I. I mean, I seen them walk in and all that stuff too. I didn't say a word. I'm not there to antagonize this and this. It's just we're all going through the motions here. We're having a court date. Let's see how it goes, you know.
Hawk fan, I don't want to hear it, dude. John Denicola, what's going on with our favorite art? I don't know what you're talking about, John. Maybe you can clarify for me. Hawk fan, I want to wear a paper bag over my face, if that gives you any indication. It's not Russell Wilson's fault, though. He's been playing pretty good, and he's got the numbers to prove it. I know you love me. I know it's all in good fun, man. DMA is absolutely no Rosa Parks, no doubt. Strictly Strange says, Quirky Uchek, bing bong, bing ding ding. I don't know what that means. What else we got here? Loki 73, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. I agree with you, Loki. Oh, Acevedo. Okay, what was your question? Let me go back here. What's going on with our favorite friend? We're still calling for him to resign, John, but look, KDOT and I are only two people, dude. I mean, we've got so much on our plate. We put the pressure where we need to put the pressure. You know what I'm saying, John? I want him out of here in the worst way. So trust me, I'm not done with that.
But I respect you doing it the right way and not gung-hoing it and just going out and being, just for a view or something like that. You guys doing it the right way. I respect
Okay, let's see. Let me continue on here. Tell Bernie I said hi. Got to make sure to set an alarm for the next hot tub. I will, Hawk fan. She loves it. She would love for everybody to go to her channel, Bernie Branches on YouTube, every Tuesday's hot tub at 9 Eastern. You guys are more than welcome to come and have fun. It's 18 and up, though. How's the movie coming? Okay, the movie's put on hold, King Solomon, because I can't find two lead actresses to be in the movie. I had a lead actress that was supposed to film with me, and for whatever reason she chickened out, and now I'm left at square one. But so it's on hold, Solomon, but I haven't lost hope in it. It just might take a lot longer than what I thought. Why would you ever compare yourself to Rosa Parks?
Yeah, that's strange. Weird, huh?
It was really weird. It was a disgusting moment, if you ask me. Pancho Villa was a legend. You be chillin'.
Shout out to Bernie.
Bernie's
hot tub the other day.
Dude, last night's hot tub was the best, man. It was fun. Why don't you and KDOT never reply to your emails? I reply, LB. Maybe did you give me an email, LB? Because if you did, it might have went to spam. I don't know. I mean, I'm more guilty of it than KDOT. KDOT is on his emails all the time. I'm a little less so, but I do look at them. So send me another email, and I'll make sure and check my spam. Make sure it didn't get thrown in there. But I always respond to every email, LB. I promise you that. You said the guy who arrested you was Uchek. Almost arrested me. Borat. Oh, okay. Now I get your reference, Strictly Strange. I got it. Do you think the sentence the judge handed down was to set an example and to assure her he gets a job? I honestly, Nightmare Auditors, I think the sentencing... no, because the judge specifically said we're not here to set examples for everybody. You know, the sentencing's already in place, so he specifically said it wasn't to set an example. As a matter of fact, he showed a little bit of leniency because
he was fair. He was fair.
He was fair because the prosecution asked for
20 days, actually.
20 days and $5,000 fine. The probation, I thought, was a little bit too much, honestly.
But that's that federal, I think, you know, the whole federal thing and trying to get their money. I think he just went by the book, bro. But he was
this to ensure that he gets a job? I kind of think so, Nightmare Auditors, because he did impose the... But I think it was all in the guidelines. It wasn't something he just made up. I think it was in the guidelines. What else we got? Strictly, no, MLH has never been arrested. He said he was almost. Yeah, I was almost arrested. I've never been arrested. I thought it was Wednesday. I'll make a note for Tuesdays. Really is great to see you, my friend. Hope all is well, Alan B. Alan B is a great dude, man. I love Alan B. I love you, Alan B. I hope you are listening and doing well. And I you know, I want to get a phone card to call you, man. You know, I want to talk to you. Maybe we could set a time, Alan B, where we can talk on StreamYard or something. If you can't tell, I've not been around in a while. Life changed quite drastically. I know, Strange. I know you got a lot going on, dude. That's why I haven't bothered you, Strange. I know you got your thing going on, and anytime you're needing a friend to talk to, you have my number, bro. All right, Undoctrinated. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Okay, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Is there anything you want to plug, Johnny Bravo? You gonna be doing anything on your channel anytime soon?
I still see. This is the thing. I just need to get ahead and get my phone and all that stuff. That's why I didn't want to go live today, because I don't trust it. Just like this, seeing yours reconnect. That's what I'm gonna. I'll wait for mine just to be reconnect. It's like, you know, until I can get ahead. Yeah, but I talked to Hector today, man. I want to get ahead. Well, I'll get some videos out there, but once again, it's about doing it the right way and not just going out there and just stirring some shit up for 3 hours and editing something and just go, guys, look at me, look what this person did to me, but I'm causing my own demise. Like, I want to be doing it the right way, folks.
All right, and for me, guys, if you haven't subbed to the channel, sub to the channel. I always try to do the right thing. Am I perfect? No, nobody's perfect, but I don't put myself in bad positions. If you're on the other side of things and you're just peering in, I hope that you do sub and give me a fair shake and understand that not all of us are in this to do the nefarious things and the bad things. And sub to Bernie's channel. Bernie's channel has nothing to do with any of this. It's all fun on that channel, Bernie Branches. Every Tuesday we do Hot Tub at 9 Eastern, so make sure you join in for that. It's a ton of fun, and you know, hope you guys enjoy yourself on this channel as much as possible. And give me criticism, but please be respectful in this chat and be respectful in the comments, because I've put filters on there. You know, don't say the naughty, nasty words. I can say them and you can say them if you're on panel or whatever, but for some reason typing them, YouTube doesn't like it, and I want my channel to be as clean as possible, even though sometimes I do have a mouth. I am an adult, so there is a lot of adult content on here as far as language and the themes and stuff of that nature, but I respect everybody, and I try my hardest to understand other people's perspectives. And other than that, I don't have much to say other than keep watching the channel, because next week I'll have more on the rabbit hole series of videos I'm doing. Ellie says not everyone tries or plans on getting arrested for videos. I agree.
Right. Look, it's always been in good faith with you, and that's what I like about yours too. It's genuine.
Yeah. HCO. Go to Howard County's channel, Howard County Observer. He's got a good channel. I like that channel a lot. Let's see what else. Go Hawks. Hawk fan says, man. Hawk fan, man, come on, man. How long do I have to endure this punishment of yours, man? You having a panel tonight, MLH? I don't believe so. I'm happy. I think I did.
Touched on everything.
I think I touched on everything, dude. Let's see. Tomorrow's my off day. Friday, I do another video game podcast called RP Grinders. I've been doing that for, 16 years now. I would really appreciate if you guys are video gamers, if you want to go over and hang out with a couple of nerds, 3 nerds to be exact, and talk about video games, dorky video game news. And the second half is really interesting because we get into politics and all kinds of other shit. We have fun tournaments every month. We just did a tournament for greatest mascot of all time. We do free-for-all where we can talk pretty much about anything. So hopefully you join me for that. And then the weekends, if you guys have any special requests, if there's an audit that you want me to do, not Social Security office, if I can reasonably do it and it's not going to land me in jail with a 15-day sentence, then I will do it. Like if there's maybe a library or a prison, or if you guys want me to do a video about Red Rocks and get me out to Red Rocks and do a video over there, then email me mexicanlonghair@gmail.com, and I will do my best to accommodate on the weekends. Okay, if not, I'm just going to take the weekends off. One final message for everybody new here. I always do this at the end of almost every video. If you're struggling with your own mental health, please make sure that you reach out to somebody that you know, love, and trust. In lieu of that, my email is mexicanlonghair@gmail.com. I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, or a counselor, but I do listen, and sometimes it's all that matters. But if I don't get back to you in a timely fashion, just remember, somebody out there thinks you're their favorite. It's 420.
Happy
Smoke up,
420,
everybody.
guys. We gotta go.
No. There's also a national suicide hotline in the United States. It's 988. I forget the Canada one. If anybody in Canada wants to throw that into chat, feel free to do so. Susie tried. Nice to have you in here. There's also, if you're squeamish about talking to somebody like live one-on-one on that 988 number, you can also message that number 988 and somebody will text back and forth with you and give you immediate assistance. These are professionals. Okay. Also, if you forget that, just go online and type in mental health help, and there's a plethora of options for you. You guys click on any of them and they'll get you to a professional that can help you. It's not worth it. Don't do a rash thing until you talk to somebody. Okay, everybody, thank you so much. I really appreciate you all. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Johnny?
You guys have a good day.
Later,
Thank you.
everybody.